Oh, didn't we?
Has anybody
Get
made
back
an
in there and give him
announcement
another chance.
Yeah, let's. Why not? Why the fuck not? Um, Sorry, it's one of those days. Just don't deal with no shit today.
yet?
I'll let you post that then. Boo.
Yeah.
See you
I'll-
typing. Actually, you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
do that long. We're getting a bot to do it.
Yeah. So no, hi everybody who who hopefully has just come back after after the stream ending. Today we're joined by a newbie on the team, who goes by oh my god, English, it's a language I speak. Who goes by Martinas.
That's me.
And
Hello.
he is one of our new sound designers. He does Foley stuff. For those that don't know what Foley is, I mean I know what Foley is, but I'll let him explain anyway.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. You've all been really welcoming today in the Discord, so it's beautiful to see. And so Foley is basically recreating diegetic sounds to the moving image, or in this case, the game. So where the diegetic sounds could be the footsteps, could be the ambiances, the things you hear in the leaves, perhaps. You might not even see it and know it's there. Some extra things too. So it's gonna be really exciting. So thank you very much for having me again.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, Martinis.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, martinis.
Martinis.
I like it.
Martinis.
We'll stick with that.
Martinis, we like martinis.
Do we shake you or stir you?
You can stir me. Like...
I just want to know: is your first name Gin or is your first name Vodka?
Oof.
I think it's vodka, just because of I come from Lithuania originally, so vodka is probably what we drink more of. Not me.
That sounds great.
Asking the real questions over here, Uncle Booth.
Straight to the real deal. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got going today?
So today we're working some more on Theo. I've done kind of like block outs of the armor bits in ZBrush, and now I'm kind of cleaning them up. So this is the cleaned up stuff over here on the right, ready to go back in ZBrush, and it's weird that I'm about to say this. I'm going to take the armor that I've just cleaned up back into ZBrush so that I can fuck it up.
Quality.
Nice.
But it's more a topology thing. Like if I turn the wireframe on, you can see like there's like lots of triangles. There's all weird topology and everything. It's all very, very rough. Whereas over here, like this topology is like nice and clean and pretty. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we're
That's
what we're
nice.
looking for.
Booth, how goes the acquisition of Wise?
Well, Wise goes quite well, actually.
Oh,
We will
there
be
you go.
finding more information about that very, very soon.
Nice.
I think Marty will probably have a lot of info for us on that shortly, because
Oh, yeah.
we're getting him all set up with that. So
Oh,
Yeah, Wise
you're
is
gonna be
the
our
best.
are you gonna be our wise guy?
oh, he already knows more about it than all of us put together. So
Oh, awesome. So like, I mean, forgive my ignorance. I haven't been in Discord much today, so like, I didn't even know that you existed until just before the stream. So like, what's your background? Like, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
What's your credentials?
Yeah.
No worries. So I started with music composition in about 2007, and then after university I got into Foley art, and so Foley art was kind of my first paid audio job, and it's one where I didn't really think I'd be doing, but it's one I found I had a lot of love for it, just to go out and hunt for these different organic sounds for something that like you recreate on screen, just because on screen sometimes the strangest things can sound more real than the actual thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I really got into that, and then I went on to do some sound design. And after this, it was so it was for a video games company, and after that, it was also to do composition. So it kind of brought me back to a bit both. And after that, as I run a little record label where I cut vinyl records. So I cut master the vinyls for some artists. So that's pretty much me.
That's pretty sick.
Hey, your microphone seems to be glitching out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, like the whole like, yeah, that whole like making vinyls for people, that's friggin' sick, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's, hello, you hear me? Yeah, it's just I hope that stopped the crackle.
Nope.
Nope. I think it made it worse.
I think it made it worse. Yeah.
I am pretty sure it made it worse.
Is that better?
No, it's doing snap, crackle, and pop now.
Oh, wait,
Rice Krispies.
That's the one.
Gonna wait for the inevitable YouTube
Is that
comments of
better?
like, oh my god, they hired a
Oh,
sound
there we
guy
go.
who can't even handle his
that
microphone.
better?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's great.
Sometimes it's Discord, it has a crackle, and then I have to reset the channel, and it goes right. So God knows.
No worries, man.
But
Yes.
yeah. So basically, that's pretty much. Basically, I got into making sound for a new Unreal Engine, and so I find that it's really useful, but also wise as an addition to it. Can be really beneficial in terms of how much more customization you have on the sounds, and in terms of like layering and music layering, and bringing in different conditions in the events in code that you can just send back in sound banks. So that's in terms of wise. That's where I'll probably touch up more about that and speak to you more about it once we get some assets in there. And I'm gonna get very much inspired by your work here, Lee. Seeing what you do on stream too. And yeah.
Yeah, Lithuanian martinis. Woo.
So yeah, expect questions from the audience from time to time. Just a quick question for everyone that's watching, by the way. What's the volume level on the background music like? Do you want it turned up, down, that kind of thing? Like, because I can't hear it. I'm trying a new setup where I get to listen to whatever I want, and you guys have to listen to trash.
Yeah, it's basically inaudible at the moment. You can barely hear it at full volume.
Just telling people I didn't even want to have the illusion.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm up here and you have to be down here with the common air music.
No, it's the whole licensing thing. Like, honestly, I personally, like, I would prefer us to just like move away from YouTube altogether and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go find my own platform with blackjack and hookers. But you know,
BG makes YouTube too.
What's your end goal kind of projection onto what you try? Do you try to do things in chunks in your head personally? Like tonight, is there something you got to finish in particular, Lee?
it's so working on this project is a bit weird because I don't really have as much time per week as I would normally dedicate to something. Everything is segmented even more than it normally would be. So I don't even have like by the end of tonight I want to have finished blah kind of thing. I'm literally just trying to keep a steady pace.
Sure.
Which is actually a lot more difficult than you might think.
No, I get you. Trying to keep in the focus of just carry on going, right?
Yeah. And as if you've watched any of the streams, you probably realised by now as well. Like, I can't really like work and talk at the same time. Like, if I start talking too much, my work will just stop. So.
No, I didn't notice that too much. It still looked like it was getting on with it. It still looked like you were progressing because you see the beginning and then towards the middle, and then you see for sure the difference. So I think and also it's quite enjoyable to listen to your chat. So it's all good.
Well,
It's
I mean
around the time when he
that's
goes, "Okay,
that's
bye-bye."
mostly down to like the quality people that I have in the chat, you know. Like I'm surrounded by good people, you know. It's not me, believe me.
When he
Pass
says,
on them
"Oh,
good
hold on,
vibes.
let me show you this," that's when you know he's about to stop and go search.
Yeah.
Like, I have to Google this. I'm like, okay. Speaking of Google, hi, is this UE4 support? How can I apply stamps to an image's alpha channel? I want the player to be able to uncover parts of an image, and I want the alpha image with the uncovered parts to be saved in a single image, not a material.
Yes.
Hang on. No. Hang on. I'm thinking. Let me actually read the text for this. I want the alpha image with the uncovered parts to be saved in a single image, not material. Wait, so you want I'm very confused by the question. Can you Sorry, go on.
DJ.
Thanks for following Daddy DJ TV.
Sorry for the interrupt there, Daddy DJ TV. Glader, can you clarify what you mean with the final part about the alpha image with the uncovered parts being saved into a single image? And why does it matter that it's not in a single material? Riddle me this.
Oh god, no.
Daddy will come home. What up, Daddy J?
Yeah, boy.
Looking intense whack. To be honest, it's just that it's quite fun to I can get mesmerized by this.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things as well. Like Joe, one of the other guys on the art team, his brother is a producer, and like I could watch that guy like do music stuff all day, just fascinated by it. And I'm no stranger to music either. Like I play an instrument. I've played instruments since I was like 4 years old.
Oh, what you play?
I play guitar mostly.
Yeah,
but
nice,
I have played to a moderately competent level, like 10 different instruments.
Well, you're musically talented with the instrumentation. That's cool.
But
That's cool.
yeah, no, well, that's the thing. Like I can watch people make music stuff like all day, every day, and still be fascinated by it. I guess it's just like because you don't understand. Not that you don't understand it, but because you don't do it, like it's always interesting, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I suppose it's either like I don't know if that makes sense to you in terms of like say when you first start out and you watch someone like modeling and putting or like I don't know just watching a character come together and the first time you don't really know exactly how it's done, but you just watch it mold into something, and it's the same. Either you know the say in music too, the big early stages, you don't really know what they're doing, or even if you do at the end, it's still interesting to see how they puzzle it together. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I think it attracts a lot of people.
Watching anybody that is proficient in their field work is always inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely. Always learning something. Different shortcuts. Like for example, I use Ableton Live a lot for many projects, and I find that it's so versatile. For, of course, in like Studio Standard, you got the Pro Tools. It's really good to know it, or like Cubase and that. But just because it like the way of the channeling, I think in the layout, it's a bit more suited for games and movies. But in terms of like music production, like Ableton is got this thing where you can tab out or something, you just create ideas and you're not really looking at a timeline, you know how you normally make music.
Yep.
And it puts you into this weird, it's almost like if you're sketching or drawing something, it puts you in this little bubble where you just create ideas, and at the end of it you bring it back into that linear view. And so it can have
Ableton's a great DAW. A lot of guys use it. I do all my MIDI sequencing inside of Cubase and bounce everything out of Cubase into Pro Tools to mix. Just because Pro Tools mixing is just the most intuitive, and learning Pro Tools because it's the industry standard, like Martinez was saying. Yeah, that's I love Ableton. Ableton's a great DAW to work with.
Ableton is what I used to work with when I was trying to get into EDM.
Oh yeah, EDMs. EDM music.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
The example is there's an image of a car, and the user uncovers a star shape on the top left and a circle shape on the bottom right. Both should be contained in one image, which I can later export as just a PNG or something.
Sure. Okay, so you want to have... if you think of an image as being essentially an array of data, right? So like each pixel can store 255 different bits of data per channel. So it can store 256 different values of red, 256 values of green, 256 different values of blue. What you can do is you can make an image which has like a red star and a green circle and a blue turtle or something. And if in Photoshop or whichever software you're authoring it in, make sure that each one of those different things is on a different layer and set the layer type to add. And so what will happen is, like, when the green overlaps on the red, it'll look yellow or whatever. But that's fine. You import that into Unreal Engine, and then you can separate out in each individual channel to do whatever you want with them.
Omega, I need some RAR XD since there's no command. RAR XD.
What I actually want to know now, the guy that keeps asking for UE4 support, like, are you legitimately making a game and asking me for help on how to make it? Like, because if so, that's kind of cool. Like, I have no problem with it. If that's what you're doing, I don't have a problem with it. But like, it's just interesting to know.
Interesting way to ask it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Killerzilla, for the responsible donation of 10 bits.
Yeah.
Valium plays the trombone, the piano, the ukulele, the guitar, the trumpet, the melodica, the recorder, and the xylophone, and he's going for the violin next.
Good for you. If you can play the xylophone, that means you can probably play the glockenspiel as well. That's like a free instrument for your list.
It's the exact same thing, pretty much.
Well, yeah, kind of.
If
Well,
you can
one's
play
made
the
of wood.
violin,
Yes.
If you can play the violin, you can probably play the viola.
And the cello.
Yeah, the cello.
You won't be able to play cello.
Not necessarily. They are not
No.
the same.
No, they are completely different.
I suppose they have a longer scale length, don't they?
Double bass
Well-
is tuned just like a standard bass is E, A, D, G. The cello is tuned C, G, D, A. The viola is also tuned C, G, D, A, except it's an octave higher. But a violin starts on G and it goes G, D, A, E.
Mm-hmm.
Lish Lish has joined the fray. Thanks
Yes,
for following.
this is completely different.
Oh man. Nicolay has mastered the subscribe button and reached level 2. Thanks for subscribing for 2 months, Nicolay.
Yeah, boy!
Appreciate you.
You're the best.
Currently working on my second semester project, working title Memories, a narrative game about a person re-experiencing his lost memories.
Oh, cool, man. This is the guy asking for UE4 support?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sweet, man. Yeah, well, if you need any help, like, if you're on our Discord as well, just, like, PM me. I'm happy to help if I can.
What's with all the squares? If you mean the squares beside people's names, those are badges, and if they do different things for the stream, then they get them automatically.
And if you mean the squares on my stream right now, that's they're called polygons. It's what everything on your screen is made of. Interesting tidbit.
So you
did you?
low poly right now?
Well, not really low poly, but it can easily be converted back into low poly. I'll show you why it's not low poly in a second.
All right.
But yeah, no, like interesting tidbit. Your entire screen is rendered onto 2 triangles. Yeah.
Illuminati confirmed.
2 times
I was trying
Illuminati.
to figure out how the triangles work for a second, and I was like, wait, squares don't make... Oh, okay, I did it.
What? Squares don't make triangles?
Yeah, no, I was trying to like figure out how to cut a square to a triangle for like a good 5 seconds. I was like, how do you cut this?
Well, there's some basic geometry going on here.
Lee, can I ask why? What would the reasons be for there need to be for the low poly at the end? Is it for optimization reasons or?
Basically, like most graphics cards can't chug out like the millions of polygons that the high poly is.
Yeah.
Like not on a single model.
I'll be right back.
Alright, good night, Nikolai. Thanks for the sub.
Yeah, catch you later, man. Thanks for resubbing. You're awesome.
Okay, also your microphone's glitching out again.
Oh, is it? Okay, 1 second. It's my Discord, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've got the streams up too.
Oh, I think I know why. Are you using the legacy audio? You're back. Are you using the legacy audio engine in Discord?
No.
Sorry about that.
If you switch to the legacy one, it may fix it.
1 sec. I'm gonna set up a second microphone too, just in case. Is it better now? Is it crackling?
You're good right now.
Okay, that's good. No, so basically, like in terms of the audio, it's either you can have it's up to how you guys prefer, but either you can just have a lot of the stuff running from Wise straight into UE4, or you could put certain like sounds in UE4 if it's quicker, but then it could get a bit like, as long as it's well organized, it should work. But it's however Uncle Booth prefers it, really.
What was that?
Or it's always the way Booth likes it.
Yeah. There's loads of different ways to implement the but no, I will not be probably using the legacy. It will be assets that will be created in different DW, and then will be brought into Wise, and that will come back out into UE4, and actually try to make it easier for the coders too. As long as they can get to the sound banks and just say that's where the sound banks are in the final push of the game, it shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I'm in Discord's legacy audio engine.
Oh right. Oh sorry. Sorry.
You're fine.
No, I'm not sure.
Now, let me see if Marty, you're gonna have to correct me, but basically, okay. So, what Wise is going to help us with the loop that will throw into the map. So standard map for, let's say, just that's really heavy on epic percussion. Just taking this example.
Okay.
We toss this in. We basically have each separate channel for everything that's happening, from the basal loop all the way up to massive fighting, and there's tons of different loops that are playing at one time. Wise takes all of those and basically tells everything to shut up until we trigger you. And so basically, it's the big fight loop, with the big loud percussion and things like that. That's always playing, but it's muted until Wise says you're supposed to work now.
Yes, sir.
I'm so just like not eloquent today.
No, that's it. You couldn't have said it better. It's exactly what it does, and it does it really well in terms of just having that loop that you say in that moment or area or part of the map, and the epic percussive instruments come in. You can put slow fades or long fades, and you can have a lot of playroom to get it sounding nice.
Yep. Now, are you going to use Wise for stingers? For instance, I mean, I'll probably be writing stingers for when towers go down, things like that.
Sure.
Is that are you manipulating those within Wise, or is that just done in UE4?
That's also an option. It's an option to how if it makes it easier for you to go and add it, like just replace your audio file if you want to make a change to the stinger. It might be easier to put it into the UE4 somewhere.
Gotcha.
Just because it'll be running off. Otherwise, unless you'll have Wise too. You can just pick it up on Wise also. So I suppose there's no real definite good way about it. It's however you prefer it, really.
Martini's showing exactly why he's part of the team.
I don't know, I'm just excited. I think today's been a real nice day. No, you guys have brought a smile to me just because I'm supporting your. I like the idea of what you guys are doing and the fact that it's community driven, and I think this is wonderful to see. So, of course, pleasure to help.
We're having lots of fun. I'm glad to have you.
Good. I forget. What's the poly count difference between a high poly and a low poly model percentage-wise?
It depends on whether you or not.
Nice. So if I take Magnus as an example, Magnus's high poly was like 65 million, and the low poly model is 72,000. So
It's like a lot.
You do the percentages.
Sitting there with a calculator now, like, come on.
I want to know what the poly count is on the jungle boss.
The poly count on the high poly for the jungle boss is around I think around 25 million at the moment.
What, less than Magnus?
Yeah, he has less kind of separate parts.
Oh, I see. Okay. He
Well,
doesn't have as many naughty bits.
Yeah.
cease. Will Theo be the next test-ready master, or are you guys already working on another behind the scenes?
Yes.
No. We have. Well, I mean, I say no. When I say no, what I mean is no to being the next test-ready master, because chances are Worden and or Freya will be the next test-ready masters.
Are they working on their low polys right now?
The low polys are almost done. Worden is about to be textured.
Oh, jeez, I had no idea we were that close. Okay, awesome.
I am excited.
What about that other concept art that some dickhead leaked a stream or two ago?
Wait, which concept art was that? I can't remember.
I don't know. What was it? I don't remember. I don't even remember who the dickhead was.
I legitimately don't remember.
It was Inferno.
It was Inferno.
Oh, Inferno.
Yeah.
I think we've got. I think he is going to be started like after either Worden or Freya.
He's coming before Cronin. Really, I didn't know that.
Well, Cronin has already been started by Elithenia, and as for like who does Inferno, like that's yet to be decided.
To be determined.
Yeah, TBD.
Define.
TBD.
TBD. I always thought that was like, the progression of AIDS and, to its second phase.
No.
From HIV to the full-blown AIDS, and now I've got TBD!
Quick question. What is everyone's favorite game audio? Do you mean like soundtrack, or...?
Doom's pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Doom soundtrack. Holy shit! Like I saw the announce for the next Doom game, and I was like, oh, come on.
We were talking. No, we weren't talking. Yeah, no, we had it on the Bethesda stream last night, and we're watching, drooling. My wife comes in and stumbles upon Fallout 76, and she's like, "Okay, you're building another computer. Oh, thanks. Okay."
More work set up.
Yeah,
That's good too. Like Fallout. I mean, Doom in terms of music is pretty intensely like awesome.
Oh yeah. Did you see the live show they did?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, the band that did the music, they did a live show at like I think it was at like the IdTech conference. Like they basically just did a live show of like 6 of the tracks from the Doom soundtrack, fucking shredding it on a fucking like on an absolute geek platform, like.
Oh my god! It was that what you just said just reminds me of that. There was one time last I think it was 2 years ago. I was in Hamburg and I was just walking past. And I just saw a poster saying Hans Zimmer playing live, and I just thought like, right, I'm working, but I don't think I can't miss this chance, right? So I just went back to work and I couldn't concentrate, and I just went and bought the ticket online, and nobody wanted to come with me, and it was just around the corner from work. Yeah, and I was really surprised. I was like, it's Hans Zimmer playing, like, and playing Pirates of the Caribbean, just like
they did everything, Inception, everything.
Yeah, and so I got to the state to the the seating, and I got to the top bit, and there was literally not a lot of people. So I had about probably 5 meters of space in each diameter, and I was just chilling, just really enjoying the moment,
Wow.
Nice, man.
My favorite game soundtrack is Jet Set Radio.
Oh, Jet Set Radio.
Love that game.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Music-wise, it's awesome. Yeah, really good.
I very much enjoy the music from Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Dark Souls 3, yeah. But I've seen more of that from watching Let's Plays than actually play it myself. But it did sound nice. What else has gripped you in the last couple of years in terms of that?
Loved and this is just sound design period, not just the music, but I loved everything that had to do with sound in Witcher 3. That was absolutely fantastic in my opinion.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Witcher 3 is good too.
Yeah, that's kind of a generic answer though. You can pretty much give the answer Witcher 3 to about any question that's asked in terms of video game.
Yeah, like what's good Witcher 3?
What do you think the best Witcher 3? Oh yeah, good on you.
No, it just can't argue with it.
I will say the sound design for God of War was pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
I
played it. Is it?
Have you not played the new God of War yet?
No, I don't. It's only on PS4, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't have PS4, unfortunately.
Oh, geez, I should mail you one.
Not Killer 11 is observing the fray. Thanks for the host, Not Killer.
Honestly, right, I saw this post on Imager, right? Someone had taken a screenshot of like part of a porn video on Pornhub, and the comment underneath it, right? No, but it's like you can see like the back of the woman and like the end of the sofa, and then at the end of the sofa on the floor is an unopened. It is like a PS4 box with God of War. Right, and the comment, and it's literally a comment on the Pornhub video, and the guy's like, "I can see a PS4 with God of War there. How is any fucking being done at all?"
Oh my god!
Like, how did this video get made?
What the hell? That's exceptional.
Yeah.
How goes the ring topo on the jungle entity, by the way?
Slowly, and that I completely blame everyone that voted for me to start working on Theo. Because I did say in the stream before, like, I prefer to work on just one thing.
Yep.
That's why they voted against it.
Liam likes the Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack, and Josh likes the Mass Effect soundtrack.
Oh, Mass Effect. I don't think the first one was Mass Effect, but Zero Dawn looks good too.
I'm playing the first one. I realized it's elevator simulator.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of elevators. And
Oh, yeah.
and if you get lost, you're gonna spend a lot of time on them.
Do you remember like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? That was a game I really liked on the
Knights of the Old Republic was fantastic.
It was so good.
That twist.
Very much story driven. Yeah.
I kind of feel like we need to get Omega to play it, just for the twist. But the thing is, I will straight up, I will fight with people who spoil that twist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Omega's gonna be busy like from this Friday on for a little bit.
Oh really?
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
You working him?
I think.
You working
Dude,
him?
you
You working him
with
good?
me? Are you running Diablo with me?
Yes, yes, I am as well. Sorry. Oh yeah, what time are we starting, by the way?
It'll be 6 o'clock my time.
Okay, you are 8 hours behind me, I think. What time is it there now?
Right now it is 3:50.
3:50. Okay.
50.
Omega, rocks falling.
7 hours, yeah.
So that'll be 11 o'clock.
Holy crap!
Girl, I think Valley was trying to spoil the ending.
No, the ending isn't the twist. Like the twist is nowhere near the end, in fact. But it's just so good.
I didn't have the good fortune to play Knights of the Old Republic, but I've heard amazing things.
The
It's
like
on Steam.
the Knights of the Old Republic, both of them, in fact, they're both just absolutely solid games.
Yeah.
And then they absolutely destroyed them with the MMO, the bastards.
Yeah. Trashed
Really?
it.
Yeah, just like basically the storyline that they introduced with Knights of the Old Republic was incredibly compelling, and it's probably the best extended universe story that exists for Star Wars. And yeah, they just absolutely dicked all over it in the MMO.
They did.
Yo, what's up, Bloodmaster? Welcome to the stream.
What up, man?
Hello. It's one of those games though, if you pick up now, it will feel like it's dated in terms of how it looks and that, but if you still look at it for the story, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, both of them are on Steam.
You can get
right
mods
now.
though. You can get mods that make it look pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I never checked that out. I might have to do that. I have to revisit, old nostalgia coming out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, girl, if you want me to play Knights of the Old Republic, I can. They're both on Steam.
Yeah, do it. I think you'd really enjoy it. And besides, who doesn't enjoy listening to Jennifer Hale?
There's pretty good voice acts in there.
Fanta Visionary Games at E3.
Our hearts are.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we have the capital to get, to exactly get in there right now.
Oh yeah, man.
How
Like,
many-
like, I don't think you understand just how much money you need to have to get into the E3 show. Like, it's ridiculous. Unless you pull a No Man's Sky and you get sponsored, and then your game just fucking dies anyway.
Or we build a
Aww.
boat and we just sail through, build a little.
Yeah, we can do
Little
that.
bicycle
Build a boat.
somewhere.
Why not?
Yeah, build a boat. Yeah, get it on the streets of LA. Yeah.
Just get there without asking.
What do they
Just
do? Do they do it
build.
at the Anaheim Convention Center?
I don't know exactly.
I was gonna say if they do, I mean that's the same place to do NAMM show, and that's right off of Catella, baby. We get, I know right where it's at.
Didn't they change it like a couple years ago? They changed the venue.
We
I
can drive
think
the float
so.
right
Yeah.
down.
Drive a float down.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
And then we hit Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yep.
Is it?
Lee, bring the kids.
Fuck no. I go on my own. Kids just get in my way, man.
Girl's trying to hop on Space Mountain 5 times.
yeah. Fuck the
There
queue.
you go.
I've got a mate that when he was, I think he was about 3 or 4, he got left by his parents of 4 boys, and they left him. And they left him in basically with loads of people, and he just cried. And like 10 years later, when I had an argument, he was still bringing it up, like,
Man,
you still left me there.
I love tales of casual child abuse.
It's just casual, but it's still like it lasts for a while.
Yeah.
And then the parents forget, and then they're like, that never happened.
You know, that's actually a thing. Like, it's basically a form of well, what's it called? What's it called? Where you it's like a contagious delusion. Basically, like if so one person can tell a story, and then the next person can basically believe that story so much that they believe that they were a part of that story.
French Davidian?
Yeah, it's just like how you can trick people into thinking that they could have done something when they didn't.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Like when LA Noir tries to gaslight you into thinking something's right when it's not.
LA Noir, man, goddamn that game.
I showed you how crazy it got, right?
Yeah,
On the doubt.
It's like, hey, nice to meet you. First time meeting you. So we're investigating the fact that your wife's missing. So how did you
How'd
feel
you
when
kill
you
her?
bludgeoned her over the head with a screwdriver? Just like.
Ouch.
Like I didn't kill my wife. Yeah, sure, that's all well and good, but so what you're saying is
So what you're saying is you didn't kill your wife. What we're hearing is that you ran her over 3 times.
and then a flashback to me actually driving in the game, and I'm like, no, that was actually probably me.
Realizing after a bit of a delay, but yeah. Sounds
Driving
like
in that game is really... It's either you follow traffic laws and you get to where you're going like 10 minutes after you're supposed to be there, or you just break all traffic laws and drive on the wrong side of the road. It's you pick one, either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whoever does the normal one.
I tried to at the beginning, and then I was like, you're all the way across town. I can't do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was stoked to to see and hear that that Joe had content that was included in E3. That was really awesome.
I know, man. And this is
so strong.
like I met Joe just over a year ago, and it was at that point he was like, I really want to make a career out of this, you know, but like, am I gonna make it? All this kind of stuff, and I'm like, man, like, guarantee in a year's time you're gonna be smashing it, and he fucking is. Love him.
Yep.
Look at those boxes.
Look at those high quality boxes you made. Yeah. For those in the audience, for those in chat who listened to Joe on the stream the other week, and who know that we have a new prop artist called Joe, his first E3 content was shown, well, at E3, and he's been working on The Division 2, which is awesome. It's like, can you get any better of like a first game to work on? You know, like.
Yeah, no kidding. What's the first job you ever worked on? Division 2? Shit.
that's a career maker right there, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excuse me.
Like I've been doing this job for like 10 years, and last year was the first time anything that I've worked on has been in an E3 reel.
Excellent.
Well, congratulations, that's really good though.
Thanks, man. But I was still just like, fucking finally.
Hard graft.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Working hard
Alright.
or hardly working.
Apparently the voice actor's version of E3 is, I got invited to a convention for a panel. Call your local convention, see if they can.
I'm at the Manitoba Comic Con.
the what? Was that like was that like an accent?
It was kind of like Minnesota, but not really entirely.
Nah, not entirely.
I don't get it.
That was excellent.
Oh yeah, when you go to Minnesota,
What the hell?
you gotta go ahead and drink a lot of pop there, don't you know?
So is Minnesota basically made up of like leftover Canadians or something?
It's pretty close together.
Leftover Canucks.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure it's something like that.
Something like that.
By the way, Megan, in case we decide to add voice to our game, how would your voice be per line? You said it's just a school project, right? I can just arrange to record some lines for you, no big deal.
Oh, that's really kind of you.
Wait.
Actually, I'm really surprised by how many voice actors do that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's mostly because voice acting is a pretty it's probably smaller than actual game dev as far as a job. So it's mostly like a lot of our jobs comes from networking.
Yeah, I
So you
suppose.
gotta be like, oh hey, talking to people, because we don't generate our own jobs.
Yeah,
So go to people and be like, hey.
And I suppose like you never know when a game, like if someone's gonna make like a student game, but it like accidentally takes off or something.
Mhm.
And then that's like a valuable contact in future, right?
Yeah.
You should sign agreements from that point, shouldn't you? Like at uni, you do little projects, they get little agreements signed that if it goes well, they'll get mentioned or something. But
So
I mean, it's.
in my final major project, we actually had to have like not really a contract, but like an agreement written up that like anyone that worked on it, basically like that they didn't own the rights to whatever content they made, because that was owned by us and our game. However, we did grant them permission to like use anything that they've made in any demo reels or like vocal reels and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, like we actually had like a really famous voice actress like basically just approach us and be like, hey, your project looks really cool, can I do some lines for you? And we're like, yeah, we can't afford that. And she was like, no, it's free. We were just like, oh, well, okay, yeah, hell yes.
So the funny thing about freelance voice actors, so like recently there was this whole like I guess devs versus voice actors kind of job thing, where like there were like a lot of indie devs going, we can't afford to put voice actors in our game. And then so devs were going like, you guys are just talking into a microphone anyway. We can just get anybody to do that. You're trying to charge like $700 for like just an hour of work. You could just sit there and do nothing. We're just like, whoa, chill, guys. Completed hour means you get an entire hour of work. Because I guess people were thinking that like the completed hour means we're just sitting there and you could just stall for an hour.
I've got to be honest, like that attitude of like, oh, you're only doing this, that's a fucking disgusting attitude. Like no matter like how, like no matter how established the studio is, you know, that's a fucking disgusting attitude.
Yeah.
Fuck all those guys.
I've seen games where you can tell it's obvious that they really didn't care about the quality of the voice work on it, and it just ruins the experience.
Yeah, because bad voice acting can ruin a game, but good voice acting can just make it like add like a slight amount of polish.
Yeah.
Oh, it adds more than a slight amount of polish. I mean, it takes it to another level.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Go back to Witcher 3. Take a look at what happens when you have good voice acting in the game. That's why Witcher 3 is good, with all the voice acting.
That's it. Oh my God, has
reason.
anyone seen anything they're interested in the games announced or expanded upon in E3? The main one is Metro Exodus and the Anthem, if they showed anything of it. Did you guys see anything in E3 you liked?
That I liked?
Oh, man, there's so much
oh fuck, there's
Starlight.
one... Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I mean, Fallout 76, they showed that yesterday. I had no idea that it was making it out this year. It's in November this year. Fallout 76 is coming out.
Oh, wow.
Starlight was a game they teased and they talked a little bit about today. They also teased Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. So... yeah. That's the next game, isn't it, that they're working on? Like, that probably won't see the light of day until like 2021 or something, you know. But
yeah, it's like
probably somewhere around.
But still exciting. So I got excited for. I got excited for fuck, what was it called?
I've never heard of that game. Fuck, what was it called?
Wait, I'm gonna Google it now.
That was it. That was it. My friend Pedro from Devolver Digital. That just looks fucking insane. It just looks like Hotline Miami, but like more everything.
I didn't actually watch the conference. I normally wait until they're done, and then I just watch them all in one go, because I don't like waiting.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any info on Death Stranding yet. I haven't seen anything more on Scorn. Those are two games that I'm waiting for as well, so...
They didn't show too much about Anthem either, too. Not enough to maybe really see what you actually do, apart from that little gameplay that they did at the beginning. I don't know.
I think
I was a bit suspicious.
A lot of people have said they've been disappointed by EA's showing this year.
Yeah, people were disappointed by Square Enix's stuff because they showed everything before E3.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's one way to do it.
I had a good buddy ask me, why isn't Blizzard showing anything? I just had to laugh.
Because they have their own convention.
Yes, they do.
I was wondering, is there a reason that you work from high to low poly? I know another artist that goes from low to high poly, but he's bound by limits.
Well, I'm bound by limits as well. The reason that I go from from high to low poly is because if you go from low to high poly, what you usually find is, like throughout the design, parts of it will like stretch the low poly past its limits, and then you'll just have to redo the low poly anyway. So you might as well do the high poly, get everything looking the way that it's supposed to, get your silhouette nailed and everything, and then build your low poly. That said, it also depends on like what you're doing. Like a prop artist is more likely to go from low to high than from high to low.
Fanta Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't seen. I'm not going to say I was disappointed, but when they showed, all they showed was a trailer and a little bit of story, and I was kind of like, there's no gameplay or anybody describing what's going on, so I was kind of up in the air about that. I am excited about Rage 2. I hope it's We loved the first Rage, except for the fact that it took you less than 10 hours to beat.
Right.
Yeah.
Too short.
That broke.
Base for Rage.
That broke my heart.
Oh, poor Boo.
It did. I'm telling you, that game was fantastic. We loved it. My wife beat it before I did, and she came back and she was like, "This is, I'm really upset. What's the problem?" She says, "I beat it." But you beat it. We just got the release last night, and you know.
What the fuck, lady?
Yeah, kind of.
What?
And so we went through, and I played it. I was like, this game had so much potential. It was pretty to play. It was a lot of fun. Cool weapons, but yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic. So.
Ah, okay.
In the distant future, a game gets featured and you hear America as a voice actor. I mean, that'd be fun. Just walk in there.
Good night, pain in the ass.
I'm just checking out the trailer of Rage now.
PETA? Oh man.
It looks like it's done in a bit of a style of Mad Max a little bit.
What I want is for Sega and Smilebit to release a HD remaster of Jet Set Radio Future, so I can go ahead and play that.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's the game we played when we was like just in would you call it in the States? Would you call it middle school? Like for in UK, like secondary school, like college. Yeah.
Middle school.
Middle school. So like we just gather around on the weekend and just not sleep on the weekend playing Jet Set Radio Future. Awesome.
That's the way to do it, to be honest.
I have an original Xbox just so I can play that game.
Oh, never sell it.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Speaking of old consoles.
Who you
still
calling
have
an old
an
console?
My original Dreamcast.
Hey, so got it.
I have the original Dreamcast is actually like a really good pirating tool console. Cause
Pirating tool console.
yeah, so what you can do with the original Dreamcast is that you can just burn the Dreamcast game data onto just any old normal disc and put it in the Dreamcast and it'll just run.
Oh, don't say that on stream now. I was gonna say that. That's my Dreamcast.
But they stopped that a while, like after late in its life cycle, they stopped it. So if your Dreamcast has like a blue spiral on it, it means that it won't run like that. But if you have the original one with like the orange spiral on it, you can still play pirated games on it.
Your mom plays pirated games.
So you can just so technically, if you have an original Dreamcast, you have the entire Dreamcast library if you have the internet.
Yep.
Oh
In
my
a few
God,
days.
that's not bad.
Nobody realized the internet would allow you to play all these Dreamcast games.
Have you heard about those games that what they do is if they find out that someone's playing on a copy, it was still in the cartridge games, is that they made one level, like I forget which game it was, super hard, like super hard, and every time you kill the enemy like surrounding you, it then will pop up with a message like that's what you get for pirating the game.
There's yeah. So there's actually a fairly recent game that does that as well. And weirdly enough, it's Video Game Simulator or something. Yeah, where you basically like you know your job in that game is to make a hit video game or whatever. But if you pirate the game, then basically your revenue stream will just suddenly die. Like you won't make any more money, and you won't understand why. And then when you Google the problem, like people legitimately, like they were Googling this problem, going like, I can't get past this certain point. Like my revenue stream just dies. Like I can't, what do I do or whatever? And like literally, they're just like, maybe buy the game.
Like insult to injury, they made it so that your game died because it got pirated.
Yeah.
Specifically says that as well.
Best joke. That's like a hand slap. That's like a boom to the table. Like,
yeah, literally like woo.
And I think they intentionally put out the releases on like torrent sites and stuff, so it gets like out there. But maybe to teach them a lesson.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Boof. I really enjoyed Rage as well, but not on the PC version. I can't for the life of me get rid of the screen tearing issues, regardless if I have VSync on or not. Blah blah blah.
Well, unfortunately, we are not id Tech support, so kind of limited as to what we can do there.
Do you guys know if you die with a buff, do you get to pick it up like in Legacy, or will it be like Monolith where you die with it?
Who said we have buffs?
I did.
Mechanics.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's still being discussed. It's still being discussed internally, like how buffs are going to work. And
Yeah, but we don't have buffs. We call them boots.
all right, we're still deciding how all of our booths work.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, as it's fairly obvious, this booth doesn't work. So. Joking. I joke. I speak in jest.
So we had to do an English essay about games, arts, and related topics, and the deadline was 8 minutes ago.
Sounds totally lame. Why would you have to do that?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this the guy that's at school doing it?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I don't think. In response to Assassin, I don't think Sony's going to announce PS until probably next year. I don't think the PS will be out till 2020. PS5. I could be wrong though. Opt an M.
I think we're more likely to see the Final Fantasy remake than we are to see a new PlayStation.
Yeah. And I'm gonna play the crap out of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh man, like you're not even gonna see me, man. I'm gonna be gone. It's like bye everyone.
Where's Boof and Lee? There's no more art and music coming out. Yeah, we're playing Final Fantasy. Fuck off. So.
I've set my priorities. I made my choice.
I lived my life.
Probably get like bed sores from sitting on the sofa for too fucking long. That game comes out.
So this is all for the armor that we're doing, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm trying to build it in a way that like I don't have to worry too much about retop later. I can just basically like hang on. So over here we have like the high poly armor.
Yep.
And you can see like this wrist bit is the bit that I'm making at the moment, and it's like it's all soft and squidgy and stuff. I'm about to harden up a bunch of the edges. And so like I'll come back to this in a minute and it'll look like nice. It'll have like crisper edges around here and everything. And like these won't look like circles anymore. That kind of thing. And yeah, so like I'm trying to build them in a way that I can sculpt on the high poly part, but then I can also just like reduce it down to the lowest subdivision and export that out, and it's just done. Like I don't have to do that much retop work.
I'll be right back. I have insane children.
Okay.
Squidgy is a funny word.
Squidgy is a funny word.
Thanks, Almighty Girl, for streaming.
You're very welcome. I actually quite enjoy it.
B?
Don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but I do. So.
Theo looks like a soldier or a knight.
Theo is, as far as I'm aware, kind of like a paladin or crusader type character. That's what I've been told, anyway.
Crusader.
Is she gonna have like the stereotypical crusade cross shield?
No.
Ah,
Oh.
We try to be different here, bro.
Why be different when it can be normal?
We're here to break down stereotypes.
Oh. Should place a little video effect here. Just a door breaking.
Just drop the mic.
Drop the mic. have little moments of you being told. Ooh. So I'm looking forward to having another little run around in the map and see what sounds I can put together maybe in the next few days.
Yeah, man.
Get this going.
Running around in the map
'cause
is
it was
awesome.
nice. Yeah, the map is looking nice.
It's all gonna change.
The entire thing.
Yeah, no, for real. Like Osville's working on an update to it, so like everything's gonna be different.
Same mechanics.
Okay.
Blame
Also,
me.
it's
Blame me.
okay.
It's my
That
fault.
as well.
Of course, things changed. That's like when I first had a look, I was like, I'm trying not to get attached to things as everything floats about and changes. So it's kind of like, but it's nice. It was a nice thing to want to stay in the game, you know.
Yeah.
What percentage are you at in completing Theo?
I don't know.
Number.
You can't really measure it like that. It doesn't work. It only makes you upset. So don't bother.
I don't know if they announced the Persona games. Oh. like the new dancing Persona games at E3, but I kind of want to see those when they're done.
I'm sure you will when they're done.
Hmm.
Sweet. Okay, so it's all downloaded.
Hey.
What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to love you and leave you just for a bit, because I'm worried that my audio is gonna start crackle too much if I open up the
Yeah, no worries, man.
again.
You
But I
can
just want to say a big thank you and for having me on here to spend a lovely evening with you and watch you work.
No worries, man.
Mhm.
Thanks for coming along.
And,
Thanks for coming.
no, it's been a pleasure. I'm looking forward to doing more of this with you. So I wish you all a very pleasant evening and good luck with the rest of your stream. So speak to you soon.
You too, man.
Bye.
See you later, mate.
See you, bye.
Oh man. So, girl,
What
what
up?
did you do today?
What did I do today? I worked.
What did you do? Oh man.
No, that job thing.
Oh what?
What's that?
You do that too?
Yeah, I have the job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a cure for it?
There is no
Yes.
cure for the job. We all work until we die here.
Oh man.
There is no escape. Nobody gets out alive.
I finished.
Man, I read one of my favorite quotes the other day, or new favorite quotes. Your body is not a temple; it's an amusement park. So enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
but don't let anybody enjoy your ride.
Well, I mean,
Enjoy your own ride.
Like, come
Let the
on.
people that you want to ride with.
I try to let everyone enjoy my ride. You know, like.
Not everybody needs to know the motion of your ocean.
Okay.
Or as we say on my stream, don't have intercourse with crazy.
Yeah, don't put your dick in crazy. That fix that? That fix now? Yeah, kind of. It's fixed enough. Good enough.
Good enough, I'll get there.
Good enough.
Have we decided what the core is going to look like? Love how it looked in Paragon, Will it look like the engraving on the stone above towers that explode?
Ideas for it.
That's an Oswald question.
That is an Oswald question. Where the fuck is Oswald?
Oswald hasn't been seen for a couple of times.
That
Who's
asshole.
Oswald?
How dare
He's
he?
probably at work.
How dare he?
Right?
Oswald these days, cool.
Oswald's is...
Yeah, how can you trust anything that guy says?
Because it's just adorable.
This is mold. Oh, okay.
Hashtag no homo.
Hashtag all the homo.
Hashtag totes homo.
Hashtag all the homos.
What's it? I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Oh god. Oh, having my hair cut just doesn't feel right anymore.
Oh yeah?
Like, really short.
Do you not like it, or like?
I've never had long hair before, and it felt normal. And I literally took away like 3 inches. And it's just like, I want to cry.
Oh no, what happened to Martinis?
He said he had to go open up a thing and he didn't want the engine to make his microphone go blah 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 blah.
Ah.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's right. He's
doing stuff.
he's getting WYs going already.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna call it a night.
I'm
I've got
kinda
work
getting
tomorrow.
Oh hey Lynn.
Man, I forgot you were even here.
No, sorry, we've been having a chat. The administrator's been having a chat trying to sort out some infrastructure stuff.
Sure,
so,
sure.
Yeah, just trying to do that. But
Hey everyone, say hi to Lynn.
Say night to Lynn. Night, Lynn.
Good night, man.
see you later.
Catch you there, buddy.
Lynn's is such a ninja. He always just like sits in here all quiet and then he just says something like, "Oh hi." Lint, not limp. Ozzy can't be trusted.
I mean,
it's true.
yeah.
Yeah, it is true.
Totes.
Hey, Boobs.
What up?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
Just getting a little protein down. And,
Yeah.
In front of all these people? Man, that's disgusting.
well, I'm not doing that.
Do what a man's gonna do.
That's a Patreon goal.
There you go.
Patreon to yours.
You want to see Booth slurp down some protein? Fucking high tier Patreon goal right there.
Right?
There you go.
$20 a month. Anyone got any good TV shows that are not anime?
Scrubs.
Scrubs. Yeah, always
I was
Scrubs.
about to say that. as you
Scrubs
know,
is
so.
the go-to. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Scrubs, to be fair.
I probably watch that once a year. Dead serious.
What, the entire thing or just one episode?
Oh no, the entire thing, baby.
Like I've seen like 2 episodes of it. But
those are rookie numbers, man. You gotta pump those numbers way up.
Repent of your evil ways.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I was like 12.
That's
So,
no excuse.
You know.
I mean, Dr. Cox is fantastic, but you have to admit, most of the people in that show are great. Kelso is friggin' awesome, too.
Yeah. I think as I've grown older, I've come to appreciate characters outside of, like, JD and Turk and stuff, you know? Like,
right.
Like, when it first came out, you know, those were the characters I identified with most. But now I very much identify more with, like, Dr. Cox, Dr. Kelso.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when you're feeling slightly pissed off, the janitor.
Sociopathic, you mean?
Now, I know this is going to sound a little bit sappy, but one of the things I love about Scrubs, it does a really, really good job at bouncing between moments of hilarity and then really serious moments where really cool life lessons are taught.
Yep. Probably my favorite episode is also one of the saddest episodes, so I'm right with you on that one.
Talking about the one with Brendan Fraser?
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, not. Yeah, that one screwed me up. Because.
Are you talking about the one where he loses the patience?
Yeah, that one. And it's not just the patients; it's the woman as well. So like the kind of recurring character that they never really paid attention to.
Yep.
And then they use her organs, and it turns out that she had rabies, and so all the other patients die. Yeah. And like that one really, really gets me, like every time.
Yeah, as soon as Dr. Cox starts walking out, I'm done.
Yeah. And even the next episode as well, you know, where he spends the whole episode just like drinking on the sofa and everything. And I'm just like, do you know what? I'm right there with you, buddy. Because that's, I mean, it's a very adult problem that he's going through at that moment in time, right? It's the whole, like, you know, like, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, you can still fail, and you can still fail big, you know? And that's something that you never really appreciate as a child, because as a child, if you fail, you always have some kind of adult or someone else nearby, like a friend or anything, telling you, you know, like, hey, it's okay, everything's okay, let's, you know, wipe away the tears, go and fucking, chin up, all that kind of stuff. But as an adult, like, it just hits you so much harder.
Yep. You'll realize that about Dr. Cox throughout the series, is that he is Dr. Cox, and he's unbelievably hilarious and pissed off most of the time, but he really does care about people.
yeah, definitely.
So
I haven't seen TV in like since TV started getting good, apparently. So
TV started getting good? What?
Yeah, so apparently
was that when Friends was on?
Apparently around the time Breaking Bad came out was like the time when everybody was like making a big deal about TV shows on Twitter, on the internet and stuff. But around the time Breaking Bad came out was the time that I just stopped watching TV. So
fair enough. I'll be honest, I haven't watched Breaking Bad. It's been on my to watch list forever, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Well, have you got Netflix?
I do, and I know it's on there, but I don't have time to like a show like that. I feel like I'll have to binge, you know, and I just don't have time for it. A surprisingly good show on Netflix, if you're asking about a good show, is The Ranch.
that show is a ball of hilarity.
Yeah.
Booth, is there anything you haven't watched?
Anything that I haven't watched? Actually, there's a lot, to be completely honest with you. A lot of the things that have been coming out now I've been very disinterested in. Or I'm too freaking busy to stop and watch them. So.
Yeah. But the ranch is really, really good, and it tackles some very complex themes in a very like easy to follow way. And one of the particular themes that was going over the last season is one that like I've been through personally, and I was just like, it made it really, really difficult to watch at times, really difficult to watch, but very, very worth it.
Yeah, but sometimes isn't the like ones like that, the closer ones, the better episodes, because you can relate so much better.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Most things these days just try to stay away from controversial subjects.
Well, I mean, it's not really a controversial subject. It's just a difficult one to deal with. I don't think there's anything in the ranch that's really controversial. I mean, I guess it handles the kind of like the what I would probably call like the right-wing racism and sexism that just kind of like pervades like Republican culture and stuff in America. It handles that kind of stuff really well. You know, you've got like the dad who is like a diehard fucking conservative, and his kids who have grown up and kind of like seen all this, you know, all this other stuff in the modern world, and they kind of disagree with his views to some extent. And you know, it's interesting how that dynamic works, definitely. But it's just a really good show. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Screw you, Al Gore!
I think there was also that one show that you guys were talking about with the Toast of London.
Toast of London, fuck yes. Oh, that show is so good.
Stranger Things is a good one if you haven't caught it.
Yeah, Stranger Things is okay. Season 2 is just it doesn't live up to the hype, in my opinion.
You didn't like it?
I just disliked how irrelevant they made Eleven as a character throughout the entire season. And then like the whole like showing up to save the world at the end was just incredibly predictable, and at the same time really, really frustrating because she'd been irrelevant for the entire fucking season, and so it's like, how and why?
Yeah.
And it's almost like, you know, next season, like with the next season, I'm kind of sat here going like, okay, so what they gonna do to Will this time?
Yeah.
Another show I think I've seen clips of that I think might be funny is like The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix.
I haven't seen that one.
It's I don't even know, like I just saw some clips about it, but like it looked funny. So I mean, yeah, I can recommend that from the clips I've seen, but not because I actually watched it.
That's not a very solid recommendation, I've got to be honest.
I mean, you have to look up the clip.
Somebody mentioned Breaking Bad a minute ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Amazing.
I watched the entirety of Breaking Bad, and I didn't get a lot of the hype that a lot of other people did. Don't get me wrong; that's another show that's full of very serious situations that human beings, especially adults, are faced with. But yeah.
Sup? Been watching your streams during work for the last few days. Decided to come by live for once. Wanted to be able to thank you guys in person. Special thanks to Almighty and Omega. Oh, thank you, Elvis. We appreciate you.
That's very cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, don't forget Booth. He's been here.
Yeah, Booth too. Yeah. Do not forget the Booth. Like.
Booth doesn't do anything though.
I disagree. Booth is the glue that holds us all together.
I'm not the Gru.
The Gru.
I'm not the Gru.
I'm not that Groot. I am Groot.
I am. Yeah.
I am Groot. I will say my favorite thing about Breaking Bad, though, is that everybody started talking about Eisenberg, and you didn't even know who the hell Werner Eisenberg is.
Yeah.
To me, it just sounds like Heineken.
Let me see, quantum physics Heineken. Quantum physics Heineken. I'm sure they cross somewhere in there.
Well, yeah, distillation. Ugh.
One of the more exact sciences, I suppose, distillation.
Oh, that's the thing. I don't even watch Hulu or Netflix. I just kind of don't watch continuous series of stuff anymore.
We have Hulu entirely for the reason that MasterChef Junior, and Hell's Kitchen's on it. That's why we have Hulu.
MasterChef Australia is the best MasterChef.
That's what everybody says. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, MasterChef Australia is incredible.
Great Bake Off. Oh, I love a bit of Bake Off.
Fuck off with your Bake Off.
I don't want to
I still do love, like in the MasterChef, everybody looks at Gordon Ramsay as like this nice guy, and he's usually pretty tame until they throw him into a professional restaurant, and then the poor bastards have to deal with him.
Yeah.
Too true.
That's the best episode. I'm just in it for this one, guys.
I can't stand anime. I don't want to listen or learn Japanese. I don't want to read when watching an English version. I've been told usually suck. Okay, about that. The English versions don't usually suck. What happens is that people who are really elitist about the Japanese version say it sucks because it's not in Japanese. Any awkwardness we hear in an English dub of a show is just because of the difference between English and Japanese as languages. So when you watch an anime in Japanese, you're watching it normally the way that it's recorded is completely different. Because in Japan, when they record, they normally have like all the actors together in the same room. They're acting off each other, and then from those lines, they animate based off of those. So the animation is to the actual recording. Whereas by the time it gets over here in America, we have to do the opposite. We have to watch the anime and match the lip flaps, and because of that, we have to make the script try to match that and try to make the English.
Yeah, did you just say you have to match the lip flap?
Yeah, that's what they call lip flap. So lip flaps are like whenever you see like a character's mouth open and close.
I know, but it's just so funny.
Lip flaps is when the mouth's open and closed. So
Yeah, I got that, but it's just the terminology is really funny. Quit flapping your gums!
So the voice actors have to try to take the script and try to match it with what's already on the screen, and they can't. Because it's already animated, it doesn't leave as much room. So that's why you sometimes get lines that are kind of over exposition-y. Whereas, like, instead of saying, "I can't believe they would do something like this," they say, "I cannot believe they would engage in such an action."
Just to extend it.
Yeah, just so they can make it match the mouth, or else you have the old Kung Fu movie effect where mouths are still moving but the lines are completely over.
Have you ever seen Michael Winslow do the whole Kung Fu thing in real time?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's give me a second. This is the most amazing thing you'll ever see in your life.
Oh god.
It's safe for work, I promise.
This time. Yeah, but there are a lot of really good dubs where the script writers have been able to get lines that match pretty well with the animation and keeps the same feeling. Like some good anime are The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. That's a really good dub. I haven't seen Samurai Champloo, but I don't know.
Oh, Samurai Champloo is fucking incredible.
So Samurai Champloo is good according to people. But yeah, there's a lot of good anime dubs out there. It's just and since we've been getting to like a time, they've been just getting better and better. So it's not like they're getting worse or they're bad. It's just that they aren't the original source material, and you kind of have to look at them and appreciate them for what they are, as opposed to like, hey, this is not as true to the Japanese version. Yeah, that's just kind of it.
Almost ready to go back into Zebra. Yeah. So, another good show to watch is Anthony Bourdain's The Layover on Netflix. If you like food shows, you will love that.
Good show.
It's a really, really good show, and it makes me want to visit some really kind of like out of the way, never heard of places in America. Like there was one where he's in he's in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And he's just like, oh, so you'll have heard of this place and this place and this place from all these other shows. And yeah, sure, they're great. They do good food, you know, all this kind of stuff. He's like, but every now and again, you want like the sloppiest ribs that you can get for under $5, and you've got to come here. Okay. We're nearly ready to go back into ZBrush. What? So, go back into ZBrush. There we go, much cleaner. Much.
Why are you laughing, dude?
Share with the class. Oh, also, Moribro, thank you for following. Sorry, normally Omega would give like an announcement, and he's way better at it than I am. So yeah. But thank you very much for following. I really appreciate it.
What's that make even gone?
Dead.
Ah, shame.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll be missed.
There you go. All right. Fast forward that video to 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's Michael Winslow doing the whole Chinese movie thing where it looks like he's dubbing himself. It's absolutely amazing.
150.
Yeah. Fast forward to 150 in that video. I have no idea how he does that.
What? How does what?
So I linked a film, one of the Police Academy films with Michael Winslow in it, and you have to you have to watch. Fast forward to 150. That's him doing his Chinese movies.
That is so cringe.
Is that creepy or what? I have no idea how he does that.
Let's see. The amount of followers you have bothers me. It bothers me too. So let's get more people following.
Wait, what's wrong with the amount of followers that I have?
697. It's not a round number.
Oh, okay.
What are those squares all over its body, and why do you move them sometimes?
Oh no, 700 exactly. It was good.
Oh, that's 700 exactly? Yeah. Moribro has joined the fray. Thanks for the follow, Moribro, for giving us 700. Almighty, are you going to leave the armor plain, or are you going to give it some fancy engravings?
Probably not engravings, but it won't be plain either.
Morden, you made an account just so we could have 700.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. Familiar.
Oh my gosh.
Making non-humans doesn't really take any more time. Like, you still have to put just the same amount of details in and everything.
Mainly the rigging, ain't it? Be the rigging, the hitboxes, which would be the problems.
Yes.
What, yes? I'm confused. I don't like being confused.
I want to ask Morden, did you just make an account so we can have 700 followers? Yes.
Right!
XD!
How dare you, oh god me?
HR.
HR.
This PP will shoot.
Hey,
Whoa. Hey, whoa.
hey.
Gonna need you to calm your tits.
Almost. That is almost harassment.
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 Harassment. How are we all doing?
I'm trying to decide what to do with the tabard right now. I think I am gonna the tabard. I think I am going to extend this. I'm going to extend the chest armor down the abs, and then have the tabard hang like from the front of the chest armor, so it doesn't go all the way up, and then have all the sleeves and everything. I'll have to do different clothing up there instead.
Does your tabard hang low?
You're excused. You're excused. What?
Oui.
¿Qué pasó? No.
Your shit looks like a disaster.
Why you put your shit on my side?
Oh,
You
He
put
came
your
for
shit
your
on
life.
my side.
man.
For
But
your
this
life.
is yours. This is yours. Let's
Man,
see. These
your-
manuals
Are you guys-
yours.
Your boyfriend just like, he has
These
no regard for his
cookies are
personal health, does he?
yours.
No chill. The lack of chill is astounding here.
You are lacking chill.
Yeah, like, man, mate, I don't know how long you two have been together or anything. I don't even know how old your boyfriend is, but like, I think he needs some lessons in just how to be around
Chill?
women.
He's got lots of those lessons from me.
I think he needs some remedial classes.
So he just bought me a vacuum. So
Is it? What? Is he just bought me a. Love
Did he
it.
get you that coffee table though?
Yeah.
no, the coffee table's still missing. I did
It's
vacuum
missing.
like-
It's missing. That's what we're calling it. You can't find it.
Nope.
Aww.
Well,
I got more food.
I
Yeah?
got cookies.
How's that going for you?
You are
Yeah.
a cookie.
So
You are a
remember how I was
cookie.
eating-
Yeah.
Remember how I was eating Taco Bell earlier when my parents came home and they're like, "Hey, we have Cracker Barrel." So I'm like, I guess I'm eating Cracker Barrel now.
I still don't know what Cracker Barrel is.
It's so
Cracker Barrel
fun.
will make you happy.
I guess it's like the
Do you
American
want me to take
Nando's.
pictures of it?
I don't know what Cracker Barrel is either.
It sounds like
I'm
the
gonna have it
American
in the-
Nando's. If it makes you happy, probably what it is.
It's comfort food. It's Southern style comfort food. Is all it is.
It's Father's Day over here next week on Sunday, and I've been told that we're going to Nando's for dinner, and that makes me happy.
There you go. It's Father's Day next Sunday over here as well.
Oh,
Yes,
sweet.
it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a Happy Father's Day card, Booth.
I'm gonna
Nando's
send
for
you the
everyone.
same.
Thanks, man. It's gonna be meme-tastic.
will be.
Fantastic.
Happy Father's Day. Boof in a sock and only a sock.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh man, Boof, we need to recreate the Red Hot Chili Peppers album cover.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Patreon goals.
Red Hot Chili Peppers at Woodstock thing. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
You should. Best aim. It doesn't even matter if you have the best aim.
I don't know if we give it away now like they do, but
I don't think anyone does.
probably not.
Like they're on a whole other level of giving it away.
I think so. I do think so.
Because if I would have known that you were using I would have.
Get him.
What?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Get him.
Slay, queen, slay.
Get him.
I'm
So
waiting for
what
the
is this going to be, Lee?
I'm doing some like ab plating.
Ab plating. I need some of those abs. I mean.
You also need a coffee table.
Yes, and a coffee table. And a dining table and dining chairs.
I'm waiting for the day your boyfriend decides to hop on the stream, like in the chat, just so he can defend himself.
He can't hear me. He has his own headset on.
I know, he's just gonna hop in one day and just hear you.
I'm not talking shit about you.
Yeah, I can start
What
though.
if I am?
She's not talking shit. She's only talking urine.
Yeah.
I haven't done shit yet.
I'm not talking shit about you yet.
Yet.
There's still time, Pappy.
Poppy. Oh.
I don't know. I'm not saying it. You sound a little more weird than how he sounds. No, you sound normal.
So, how is everyone?
Yeah, good.
Very good.
About to be full.
About to be? Oh my god, I think that's the first time I heard you say you're about to be full. Or
Well, I was full because I had Taco Bell earlier because my parents came
I
home.
still
with
can't get
Taco
over the
Bell.
fact. I still can't get over the fact he bought you a vacuum cleaner. So is it you want to be like listen up, pendejo. The only thing like you keep giving me gifts like this. The only thing that's gonna be sucking around here is the fucking vacuum cleaner.
He probably came home and tried to make it all like super special. So he's like, "Hey babe, guess what I got you?"
The Super Suck 5000.
I told him we need.
Fucking hell.
I told him next we need a hand vacuum cleaner for our cars.
Are we rated right now? Is somebody
Wait,
rating
you live in
us?
New York and you drive? Are you mad?
Yeah, we drive and we drive stick, both of us.
Oh,
Oh.
hells yeah, standard trannies.
You'll hear that fucking Booth just called you all trannies.
Not the other kind of tranny.
Honestly, like I don't know why America is so fixated on automatic transmission. Like in the UK, automatics are really rare, like really fucking
Yeah.
Like shunned upon kind of.
Standard transmission is the way cars should be.
rare.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, like, I do understand automatics. Like, they are more fuel efficient and you know all that kind of shit.
Really?
I don't know about that. I think standard
Really?
transmissions are more fuel efficient.
They are
Yeah.
because generally speaking, an automatic will have like 3 or 4 more gears than a manual transmission will have that it can go through, which helps make it more efficient. And also, like, people that drive manually, as a general rule, like, do not understand when to change gears properly.
No.
Boof, I see you trying to rat me out. I don't know what you're talking about. I see you, boo.
Yo, I see you talking shit, man.
I gotta do it,
Wrap
man.
me up.
You gotta do it.
It's just the maniacal laugh that goes with it.
Yeah.
Like
do what I can.
this is how you basically like this is how you know that Booth enjoys being a dad, right? Like
He enjoys embarrassing people.
There was something that did happen recently that
We
I
can hear
didn't
you.
think I'd ever freak out
Good.
about, but my 8-year-old came upstairs wearing like really, really, really high-cut shorts, and I
Okay.
was always like, yeah, if my kids are gonna do stuff, whatever. It just happened, and
Yeah,
I like
yeah, yeah,
lost my mind. What the? And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I'm not that kind of person, and it just happened.
Yep. No. I
don't know what to tell you.
totally get you, man. I totally get you.
And my
Wait.
wife just died laughing at me. 'Cause I've
I'm not
popped
surprised,
so much
man.
crap over the years. I'm never gonna be one of those. Yeah, when the first boyfriend comes over, I want to be cleaning my shotgun. I'm never gonna be that guy. I gotta shut up now because I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, I told all the kids like the boys when they get girlfriends or boyfriends, and like the girls when they get girlfriends or boyfriends, like doesn't matter who it is, whatever. Like I'm not gonna be like the whole like you touch my kid and blah 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 blah. I'm literally just like I'm just gonna fucking make fun of them, just like relentlessly. Like the only way you're gonna fit in with this family is if you can deal with that.
You sound crystal clear now, bro. Never use the website again. You're forbidden.
What's he bitching about now?
What are you bitching about?
Oh, bitch.
The big old bitch.
Oh, jeez.
Just kidding.
Am I?
I'll get you sushi.
I'll get you sushi.
I'll get you sushi.
Couldn't eat it yesterday.
Yeah.
Sesame seed chicken with the rice.
Yeah. Sushi.
Hey, Gur, I have a question.
Hey, what up?
So is there like a cheekiness scale?
A cheekiness? Yeah.
Like, so like if you like say you go to like get some cheeky Nando's, right?
Mhm.
Like, can you get like some lightly cheeky Nando's, or can you get like some hella cheeky Nando's? Like, is there like a range?
I'm pretty sure there is a range. I think it's usually down to like what other plans you have that day. Like, are you supposed to be going out for dinner with other people later on? Because then having Nando's at lunch, like that's super cheeky, right? Or like, like or like if you're supposed to be on a diet, but like you're out and your girlfriend's still at home or whatever, like oh yeah, we'll just have a fucking cheeky Nando's, right? Like, yeah, I think there's definitely levels of cheek.
Okay. So do you ever like specify the amount of cheek in the Nando request, or
Not really.
is it just like assumed? Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
just kind of assumed. Yeah. Wrong button.
I want Nan.
It's so good, right?
Yeah. Demonic just left us.
I know. What a prick.
Demonic couldn't handle the cheekiness of those Nandos.
Yeah, it's because they blow up the whole fucking city, bro.
You hemmed?
Oh, I was clearing my throat.
Yeah.
Demonic said, "Fuck you, Lee."
Oh,
What the fuck? I just hit him twice.
If you think you can, come get some.
Oh man.
Yeah, how you all enjoying your really bad music?
Oh, I have no music on.
No.
Oh, I muted the stream.
You muted the
Because
stream?
it would. Because it
yeah,
would
we
like
have to just
repeat.
stream you, or yeah, still
Fuck,
double.
you're an awful person, June. You know that?
Yeah.
Just the
Oh, you're an
worst.
off person. You're an off person. Yeah. I can see where you get that from.
Yeah.
May's boyfriend's at friggin' Tilted Towers. Why the hell would you go there?
Boof said, why the hell are you at Tilted Towers? Oh, he didn't hear me. I had to take his headset off.
He's ignorant.
How loud is he playing this game?
Why are you so ignorant?
How do you rotate this shit?
You put your hand in the toilet, pick it up, and turn it around.
Gross!
I get it.
Gross!
Somebody get the poop knife.
Oh, jeez.
Poop knife?
What, you don't have a poop knife?
What the hell is poop knife?
You don't have a poop knife?
Do you?
Yeah, who doesn't have a poop knife?
America!
I don't even know what a poop knife is. Okay.
So it comes from Reddit. So basically this guy was like, I'm going to recite this to everyone. The stream is like, I'm not working while I read this. But the guy's like, I was 22 years old when I learned that not every family has a poop knife. He goes, my family poops big. Maybe it's genetic, maybe it's our diet, but everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?"
I think this is somebody from my family who wrote that.
I thought this was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22 years old. It's been a day or two between poops and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had, quote-unquote, guests over. Because you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it for an hour. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one, so I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one. But maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver, a dung divider, a guano glaive. I explain what it is, and what I want, and why I want it. And he starts giggling, and then laughing, and then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music had stopped, and everyone had heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of these people had poop knives. It was just my fucked up family and their fucked up bowels. Fuck my life. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was, and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but has used it to open Amazon boxes. She will be getting her own utility knife now.
Oh gosh.
Bro, can I borrow the fucking poop knife?
The what?
What do you mean the what?
My dad would dip into the kids' bathroom when we were younger every once in a while and leave something that you would have sworn was alive in the bottom of the toilet. And there was just no way. There's just no human way possible for that to, go down the toilet. And I remember telling my uncles about this, my dad's brothers, and they go, "Oh, that was really popular to hear Mom scream across the house, 'Michael, you get in here with a coat hanger and beat that turd!'"
Yep.
So, yeah. That's gross.
Fucking poop knife. Did we just lose a whole bunch of subscribers? I need to know.
No, we actually gained.
We actually have more.
Nice. Fucking poop knife, yo.
Hey Percival, I see you're still being disrespectful with your 11 bits. If you leave some gaps in between the plates, you can have blinding light shimmering through during the ult smite. I'm thinking flashbang like light. Need to get.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe not.
Omega, you gotta get your pimp knife. Or pimp knife.
Gotta get your pimp knife. Need to sort that bottom bitch.
No, because it was like, I think I was playing, I don't remember what I was playing, but like a character was like really annoying me for reasons, and so I was like, I'm about to cut hair, let me go ahead and get my pimp knife. Because I think she just be like, I think it was like, I was playing Bioshock 2, and Homegirl, and it had to have been Bioshock 2, and like, the lady was like, this is my daughter. Like, and you have no interest in her. I was like, you're not gonna tell me how I feel about my child. First of all, ho. Second of all,
listen here, thought.
Second of all, you better return my child to me. But I'm gonna count to 5, or else I'm gonna cut you.
So
now I'm still trying to find it.
So I want to know what disgusting, nasty master are we gonna make now who runs around and stabs people with a fruit knife?
I should have you know I'm
Man.
totally down for this, by the way. Careful, he'll give you the shits.
VG lore begins.
I hit him once.
That one will have you making the pot gravy real soon. We really do need to collab on a master and call him the Almighty Boof.
Can we just make him like a special event master? like he only comes around like every few, like certain
He
time
only
of the
plays
year, like,
during
Earth
holidays. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, Halloween, Christmas, you know, we got Valentine's Day coming up, St. Patty's Day, whatever.
Not even gonna try.
A chance to throw him in there. Lee, did you get a chance to see the motion animations that they've been working on? Have you seen that?
Yep.
No.
Man, that's starting to look freaking sick.
I know, right?
Yeah. Saw it this morning. I was just like, ooh. I was doing the Loki. The Loki gif.
Yeah. Ooh. Could you fucking not?
Yeah, but who the fuck is my screen, motherfucker? You are.
Yeah, you tell him, man.
Get him! Get him!
You get him, puppy.
He didn't respond to the last thing that I put on his chat. I was like, yeah, May's still talking chat. She says you suck at Fortnite and that her squad takes you down all the time.
He did respond. He said something like, oh, wait, what did he say? He's like, he knows my squad will take him down. Something like that.
Come on, man.
I wonder if he realizes that he probably has like an entire group of like 30, 40 people now. calling him
An
Poppy.
entire group of like stealth followers.
Still love that off of Benchwarmers.
We should just
Hey,
raid
this
his...
guy's 12? Yeah, he's 12. Papi! Papi! Hablando a mi hijo.
No.
Listen,
Listen.
get on my fucking team, pick your fucking phone out, and order my ass some food because I'm hungry.
Oh.
Here's
Oh.
cookies.
You want to make him aware, like we're all witnesses to this abuse.
You know, I'd put you over.
Hey, that's racist! That's discrimination! He fucking pulled his eyes apart and did cookie eyes. No food for you. You only get cookies tonight.
How dare you, but I'm hungry.
How dare you, but I'm hungry. You should have thought about that.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you didn't buy her that coffee table.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah.
thought about that when I wanted a coffee table and you got me a fucking Hoover, you fuck.
I vacuumed like half the couch. And then I
Nice.
gave up. I was
And
like, I need to join the stream.
An attempt was made.
Yeah. See,
I want some chicken teriyaki.
he said it wrong too. He meant sesame seed chicken.
Order the same thing from last time.
Sesame
Don't tell me
Street
what to do.
chicken?
Sesame Street chicken.
I said sesame street. I meant sesame seed.
You know what you do? Next time he says I'm starving, say, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm starving. I'm May."
Okay. Don't we still have food? Ouch. I am going to get a sushi burrito.
What? What's a sushi burrito? That sounds amazing.
That's the thing that's popped up here in the States over the past couple of years. I've never had one, but everybody that I know that's had one says they're fantastic, which I don't believe.
They are fantastic.
They're
They just make-
Fantasimoto?
Yeah. They're like a giant sushi. Yeah, giant
Yeah?
sushi.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lee, are you gonna are these ab plates? Are they gonna like literally just kind of like come out of her skin?
No. She's got like this is like a padding bit here.
Oh, like a neoprene suitor?
Yeah. And then she's gonna have like
Gotcha.
she's gonna have clothes on underneath all of that, and then I'm gonna have the tabard hang like over the front.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Can we talk about IHOP for a second?
What
What's
about
an
IHOP?
IHOP?
IHOP is a pancake slash waffle slash French toast slash.
It's a
lot of
breakfast
different-
restaurant. It's called the International House of Pancakes, but they're changing their name to the International House of Burgers. So IHOB.
What the fuck? No.
Why?
They can IHOB my knob if that's the friggin' if there's any truth to that. That would suck.
That's literally what they're doing.
That's stupid.
No more pancakes?
I don't know if they're not going to sell pancakes anymore, but they're changing the name to the International House of Burgers.
I'm looking this up right now. I swear. I'm boycotting.
I haven't had IHOP in a while.
That is literally like one of the best places to go for like a cheat meal or a cheat day. I mean you'll start like twitching over the carbs, because you got so much carbs in your system, but okay.
I mean, my local IHOP burned to the ground, so...
What the fuck? I mean that's some kind of headline right there. Like,
They left the space heater on it and it burned down.
oh man.
What?
Trash down, bro. You got me. Touche, bro.
Oh
Touche.
my crap.
Que paso?
That fucking trap.
Yeah, dude. Omega was not joking.
Are they not having any pancakes or any of those anymore?
I'm reading.
Why must you ruin our days like this, Omega?
Because I'm good at it.
Oh, it's only Monday.
It's only Monday and you're
Exactly.
fucking me up like this? God damn.
Goddamn.
Okay. This is a completely American institution, so this doesn't make sense. IHOP, of course, stands for International House of Pancakes. But IHOB, wants to be known as a place to get lunch and dinner, not just breakfast and brunch. Breakfast for dinner is... We do that in the States all the time!
That's an American
Oh my
tradition.
gosh.
What do you mean I can't eat breakfast
Bacon
right now? I
and
thought this was
waffles for
America.
Somebody is getting a flaming bag of poop thrown out the window. That's what's happening. I didn't say it was me, but somebody's gonna do it.
What the fuck? I don't understand this.
I never eaten there again.
What don't you understand?
You burger flinging bastards.
Bro, you make me dizzy, dude. You like fucking all over the place.
Oh, geez. I need to go practice some rudiments before I lose my mind now.
250. I have to do some maths.
Warning,
what's
read
a
this
math?
entirely.
Maths.
It's what we do because we're. It's what we became artists because we can't do.
Excuse you? I think you need to take a seat.
Warning, read this entirely. Will you have some Paragon assets, not like Dusk Dawn or Runes, but like Grass, Water, and Rocks?
No,
You will not be using any Paragon asset
none at all.
at all.
We will not.
Come
Almighty, you can punch me in the face for this if you want, bro. But are you gonna put like some scrolling on her breastplate or anything like that, or on her ab plates?
There's going to be some detailing. I'm not sure what the detailing is going to be yet, but there will be some.
Gotcha. Okay. Already ahead of me.
Can somebody talk like a Neko? How does one talk like a Neko?
What's a
I'm
Neko?
trying to figure out what a neko is.
Yeah.
It's like a cat. A Neko is cat in Japanese, but like the actual genre of Neko is like a cat girl. It's like a girl with like cat ears and a tail sometimes.
If you want to hear that, all you have to do is turn on the American version of Kitchen Nightmares and watch the ABC version of it. The Amy's Baking Company. Then you will hear a lady talk like a cat.
Normally, what they'll do is they'll like make cat puns, like meow puns when they talk. Like, how are you doing this morning? Meowing, this meowing, or something like that.
Yes, waffles are an anytime food.
You stop that right meow.
Did you say right meow?
Did I say meow? Do I look like
I
a
don't know,
cat?
but it would have been relevant.
Do you see me
Right meow.
jumping all nimbly bimbly from tree to tree?
If they start doing burgers, I will not be taking my girlfriend to her first IHOP. Like,
Do you see me eating
my thing
mice?
is,
Sorry.
my problem with the name change is that they're being real lazy about it. Like they're just making, because they're keeping the same logo. They're just changing the P to a B. Like that's like the laziest thing you could ever do.
It's completely unreasonable. Okay. I don't know anybody who thinks that IHOP is a breakfast-only restaurant. I have no idea how many shows we have finished anywhere from 10 o'clock in the evening to friggin' midnight. What do you guys want to do for eat? Let's go to IHOP, bitches! Alright, let's do it, man. It all the time.
I just love the attitude in that. Let's get out, bitches.
Oh, yeah. That's...
It's always like you turn up at someone's doorstep in your fucking car, just like honking the horn. Get in, bitch! We're going to IHOP.
I think that's May at my desk. May's gonna come to my cubicle and be like, "Oh, Mecca, get in, bitch! We're going to die."
Did you ever hear Bill Burr's bit about sharks?
No.
And then he goes, I got this friend that tells me, hey, let's go out and go scuba diving. Nah, I don't want to get eaten by a shark. The guy comes back at me and says, oh, you know, 90% of shark attacks happen in shallow water. Yeah, no shit. That's where the people are. You got any friends that are just like, let's swim to Iceland, you pussies. And I was just like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. 90% of shark attacks happen in shallow water. No shit.
Hello, I'm a beginner in 3D animation. I use Blender for modeling, rigging, and animating. It is good. Is it good? What's your program, actually? I'm on the stream, by the way, and sorry for my English.
That's okay. I don't use Blender, but it is, it's a very good piece of software. And it's free, which makes it great for people that are starting out. So yeah, cool. Personally, I'm using 3ds Max, not because I want to, but because I've got fucking Stockholm Syndrome, man. Except even worse, because Stockholm Syndrome makes you fall in love with the thing or the person, and I just fucking hate this shit.
This is 3DS right here?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm honestly waiting for the day that like maybe the stream will get popular or something, like super popular, and then Autodesk will come along and be like, "Hey man, how about we sponsor you? Like give you some money for the stream or whatever." And I'll be like, "No, I can't do that because I fucking hate your stuff." like there is no amount of money on this world in this fucking world that could convince me to tell people to buy your software.
So is the reason you're using it is because it's the only thing that does this?
No, it's just because I've used it for so long. It's literally it. Like.
Oh, okay. This is what you're comfortable with.
Pretty much.
Does it look like I drink from a saucer?
Yeah, someone got the reference.
Will VG add some lasers?
We're gonna have lasers, yeah. Like, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. For Boof on Monday, IHOP announced that it was changing its name to IHOP with the B denoting burgers. The change is not permanent, a company spokeswoman said, but rather is a move to promote its new burger line. That's still dumb.
Yeah. Sounds like they're permanently losing a customer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bag of poop.
But it's a temporary thing. They're gonna change it back. Apparently.
Yeah. Once they get poo flung at them, they'll change it back.
Are you really gonna throw poo at someone?
No, I won't.
Can I watch?
It's illegal.
My primal instinct's kicking in. What was that off of Benchwarmers? Please stop with the shit tossing. It's getting old.com. I'm so bummed out.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever heard you sad.
Oh man, I am now.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Don't be sad. Don't be sad, boo.
I don't like the change.
It's gonna change back.
You know, I got upset at Joe once when he cut his hair. I was like, I don't like this. Change it. Like, change it back. And then he was like, I'm thinking about shaving my beard off. I said, don't you fucking dare, man. I cannot abide this.
I may or may not, after having played the most recent God of War, decided, fuck yes, that's what I'm growing my facial hair out as.
You're growing a beard? Neat.
I've had a beard and a goatee for a long time. I'm going full on currytails because I don't have hair.
So like, there's a thing on Twitch. Like, what you can do is put up a list of things that people can buy on Amazon that like you recommend. And I'm thinking about I'm basically thinking about putting up like all the beard products that I use. So like this beard shampoo, awesome. This beard shampoo, this beard oil. I've got this fucking beard comb that's amazing. It's like it's a fucking sandalwood comb. It's really nice. And the thing is, like, when you're combing the oil through, like the wood from the comb soaks up the oil as well. So yeah, it's nice.
It's wondrous. Beard hair and mustache hair needs lots of treatment.
It does.
This is true. Otherwise, it gets wiry and unkempt.
Wiry and unkempt.
I love that. Risa Fons. Great actor. Wish more people knew about him in the States. Who's Risa Fons? Oh, it's Luna Lovegood's dad. Shut up. Just shut up. If that's the only thing you know him from, you just go die in a hole.
Does Gura also play games, or does he just help make them?
I've started playing games again recently. Omega's got me into Overwatch.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I play a little bit of Overwatch, and then next week, Omega and Booth and I don't know, maybe someone else, we're going to be playing a bit of Diablo 3.
Next week, my ass. It's this Friday.
Oh, this Friday, yeah. Sorry, this Friday, yeah. So you can look forward to that. Yeah.
I'll be streaming it.
Are you going to stream it?
Yeah, I'll stream it.
Sweet.
Sweet.
We gotta get somebody to make a Diablo 3 channel in Discord. I think we have gaming channels, right? We do. Look at that. In the voice of gaming.
Boop, 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 boop.
So do you like ZBrush more than you like Maya?
The thing that I love the most about ZBrush is how free flow it all is. Like, you can really kind of... ZBrush allows you to express yourself as an artist without having to worry about technical stuff. I say that with the caveat of, like, if you're ever making game art, you always worry about the technical stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're not going to worry about it, somebody else is going to have to eventually, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
But I am the technical artist, so I have to worry about it.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm still down for Diablo 3, says Tail Sauce.
Oh, sweet. Well, there's our fourth then. Unless you've got someone already, Boof. Boof? Oof. Oof, no!
I guess we have a fourth slot.
Nah, I'm not playing with that, Boof.
Yeah. Is it just me, or is Diablo 3 ridiculously easy even on expert or master difficulty? I don't know. Oh,
Diablo
yeah,
3 is
there's
just
three
a
of us.
grind. Well, it is
Yeah.
just a grind.
Yeah, there's three of us since Meager and Boof are gonna play Diablo 3. Hey, Meager.
What up?
This off.
What up? What up?
We have 33 minutes left on the stream.
What? Like, no way!
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I just thought you should know. Oh no, indifferent. I just thought you should know.
Okay. Well, I know.
I'm glad.
Oh, goodness.
Hi, Boofy.
Sorry
Boof.
about that.
We forgot we were asking you.
Oh yeah, we were asking you if we already have a fourth lined up for our group.
I
Okay.
think Denson is going to be running. I think, if
Okay.
not, because he may be playing a show that night. So
I know Phil's also playing with his girlfriend, so I don't think he can join us. 'Cause
Okay.
we have.
I'll check it out. I'll ask him. He's in Chicago right now. He gets back on Wednesday, so I'll ask him and find out if he's.
Who's Denson?
He's the guy that one of the other guys that's done voice stuff so far. We did the announcer pack together. Did some testing for lines and stuff like that. Good dude. Do you remember? Do you remember that feral beast that he tested out for?
Yeah.
That was him.
Um,
He is a incredibly proficient bassist. So
Top of the base.
yes,
mean,
he
it's
does.
literally
Holy
just
hell,
gonna
yes,
be-
he does.
it's just gonna be me following you guys around, so I don't think. So I'll probably just slow you down enough for him to catch.
So what? Do you have the Necromancer expansion?
No.
You need to get that.
Yeah, that's a big. Gotta get that.
Ah.
It's $10. If you need me to, I'll buy it for you.
No, it's fine.
Start off playing whatever class you want. I would highly recommend building to start with. I mean, of course, play class that you want to, but eventually, we'll need to power level you like a necromancer and start getting them geared. So. Some people are bummed because the Necromancer is starting off with the Pestilence set, but that's actually a good thing because you need 4 pieces of Pestilence to run the ZDPS Necromancer, which is fun as crap to run. As far as you doing absolutely no damage whatsoever and you don't feel satisfied because you're not killing crap, it is the funnest ZDPS class to run. Because it's just a blast.
I actually really enjoy playing ZDPS Monk.
Oh, yeah, just running tsunami, baby.
Yeah, Frozen Wave Monk, just oof.
I know like 3 of those buzzwords.
So I'm going to start off with Barb because Barb's beginning set is Raycor, and I'll be able to carry. As soon as I get 4-piece, I'll be able to carry the rest of the team. That's no big deal. So, I mean, with all yellows, I actually tested that out yesterday, day before. Just went and got the crappiest Raycor gear I could find, took all my Paragons off except for movement speed, of course, because that's just as annoying as shit. Yeah, just 4 pieces of Raycor and yellow everything else, and you're just smashing T6. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Tiny gems. Oh, and that was with no legendary gems in as well. So I'm fairly confident. We're gonna have fun.
I never understand why they have to make you re-enter your birthday when you're signed in.
On Blizzard?
Yeah, Blizzard and Steam, just at the start.
Well, we have a rule over here in the UK that if you don't look 25, we're going to assume you're under 21, and then ID you.
I am bald, and if I ever, I don't drink, but I buy alcohol all the time to cook with, and every time, I mean, I'm a bald dude with a giant beard with gray in it. This is your identification, sir? Seriously?
I got ID'd at GDC, and I was very hammered already, and I was just like, I like you.
Omega playing Diablo 3, this is gonna be fun. What you trying to say?
What they're trying to say is you're gonna get like a lot of bits.
So how much Diablo 3 have you played, Omega?
I've played through the story once before, but yeah.
Well,
I think I played one of the seasons.
You are in for a treat then.
We are going to turn you into a Diablo playing mofo, bro.
Mhm.
It's gonna be fun.
Because when I was playing with my friends, and we were just kind of like, okay, Omega, we're gonna carry you and just tell you what to do. So press the button when we say press the button. Okay, good luck.
What do we think of the new tabard design?
What is a tabard?
That's the cloth that hangs below the belt in front and behind.
So this is the current design, or the new one I'm kind of looking at, and this is the old one. There. Ignoring the ab armor. Like, because I'm still gonna do like clothing underneath and everything, to like replace the sleeves that are missing and that kind of thing. But I kind of like the new one, but I wonder if we should bring it down to like a point, like an acorn tip, on front and behind. What do you think? Instead of just squared. Oh, you mean at the bottom?
Yeah. What do you think? Or am I just entirely too stupid? Which is probably the case.
No. Let's try it. Let's see what. My only worry with the acorn tip is that like it might look a little bit too similar to Magnus.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I should take each character as it. Like we're gonna have enough characters that all look different from each other anyway, so.
You know, screw it, square it off.
No, like, might as well see how it looks.
Put some tassels on it. Ooh. Make it look like a sombrero.
What did I do? I did a thing.
You did a thing? Oh, you did do a thing.
I did. I accidentally did a thing. Das ist no bueno. Combining 2 different languages there for those that were unaware. Das ist German.
Yeah, you're German, Spanish.
No bueno, Spanish.
Oh, that is pretty freaking cool. Whoa. That changed the whole dynamic of it right there. Reminds me slightly of Aurora. May she rest in peace.
Rip in pieces.
That filthy ice bitch.
Love it. Filthy ice bitch.
When I'm just saying, I know I've told the story 1,000 times, but man, I started playing Paragon 3 days after she was released, and I get into this game, and here comes this friggin' ice chick that just destroys the world. And oh, hated it. Until
Like
I started
Wolverine,
playing
man.
her, then I loved it.
she's like Wolverine, man. She's the best at what she does. Just what she does ain't very nice.
She was supposed to be an assassin, wasn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. This is going to be Omega's character, right? Let's see. Dora the Destroyer. That is excellent. Oh, I like it. Make a chef's baking apron. That'd be awesome to have, mimic something like the butcher in Diablo.
Yep.
Have that be a character. Walk around. Big old welder's apron on with cleavers. Oh my gosh.
You know, there's a character in Overwatch who has a butcher skin.
Roadhog.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'll show you after the stream.
Omega, what characters have you played so far in Diablo?
I've played the Demon Hunter, and I think the Wizard. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Male or female wizard? Because that actually makes a difference. I mean, they're both arrogant fucks, but the female is just so much better.
I think I played the male wizard and the female.
I don't know anybody. I don't think I've ever seen, and if I have, I just forgot it. Someone playing the male wizard.
I played the male wizard and I played the female demon hunter, but I think I played the female demon hunter because all of my friends were like, "Hey, let's do a thing where we just all play a female character." I was like, "All right, I don't care."
Well, that matches quite well, actually. Yeah, I definitely need definitely to give her like a shirt and elbow padding. And then I need to get all the straps done. So like the idea with the armor is like these gaps in the armor here. There's going to be like straps that go through the different plates and help everything all kind of connect together.
Cool.
And then there'll be some straps that go from they'll probably go from here, and they'll wrap around the main body around here, kind of thing, and tighten up around the back. So then there'll be like clothing underneath that gets kind of like cinched in under the padding, and then you've got the tabard that's kind of like loose over the top.
Awesome.
Can I be the first to say that Theo is too OP and needs a nerf now?
I mean,
yeah. Our supports won't be doing a shit ton of damage.
Well,
Okay.
it depends how you want to play, Theo, I guess.
I guess so.
I'm a murder support main, so.
Murder support. Love it. Yeah, I think I need to rework the leg armor as well so that it matches up with like the wrist armor, with like the padding holes and stuff like that as well. That shouldn't take me too long to do. Probably, like, I can probably complete that in the next stream. And then like that combined with like getting the rest of the cloth done and stuff. It's only going to be like 3, maybe 4 more streams on the high poly, and the rest is all going to be nice.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm missing a hard edge along there, but
Put Kiss the Cook on her apron and make her shout, "Where's the lamb sauce?" as she uses her offensive abilities.
yeah, sure.
That should be a 3rd tier skin for Theo, the Gordon Ramsay skin.
Yeah. I may cut the stream a little bit short today, actually. Like, I mean, we've only got 15 minutes left anyway, so if anyone wants to get like some last-minute questions in, ask your questions. I'm just gonna go grab a drink of water, and I'll answer them when I get back.
Go, go, go.
Excellent.
Questions.
I think Almighty is retopping the jungle entity by him in his own time. I think. We'll ask him when he gets back.
Oof, put Kiss the Cook on her apron and make her shout, "Where's the lamb sauce?" as she uses her offensive abilities.
I don't have any control over that. That's all Almighty.
It can be a skin, maybe, but I don't.
That'd be awesome.
Discord for this game, found a donation, because if you're making Paragon 2.0 out there as much money as I can do. We're not making Paragon 2.0. We're making our own game, but it's done in a similar vein as Paragon, with the Z-axis and verticality and stuff like that, and 3rd person.
Yep, 3rd person, Z-axis MOBA.
Yes.
That is the idea.
We do have a Discord. It is, if we type, let's see. Link. Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff. So if you hang around, you'll see some cool stuff. We're not making Paragon 2.0. There are other groups that are remaking Paragon though, so.
Yeah, there are quite a few guys that are actually putting Paragon back together the best they can.
Mm-hmm. At least like 3?
Yeah, I think so.
That might be due to, the head might look small because of ZBrush's camera.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Guys, I've got to cut out early. It's been fun.
Bye.
Oh, I'll catch you later.
Later. Yep.
Okay, so what questions we got?
Good. Now the question is, will you go back to Retopo Jungle Entity once you get the Retopo stage 50 up?
I mean, the jungle entity is being worked on off stream, because I need to keep up the pace of development on that. So I currently have no nights off a week.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Itchy Ayumi. I mean, feel like I need to point this out to you, so let me hide this.
Somebody mentioned it later down.
Someone mentioned what?
I don't know. Go ahead.
So, Theo absolutely does have boobs.
Yeah.
They're just, under very, very useful armor. Armor needs to be functional.
Is the hat a bit small when seen from a distance? I said that may have been because of ZBrush's camera.
Yeah, so ZBrush doesn't actually have a good camera. Like, the perspective in ZBrush isn't based on, like, reality. Whereas other software tends to have a better time with it. In terms of, like, how many heads high, you're looking at 5, 6, 7, and a bit. So it's fairly proportionate.
Run, hide!
No.
Someone's doing fireworks right outside my front door.
Tell them to get up. Tell them to beat it.
So what other questions do we have? Let's see.
After Theo and the Prime Boss, what's next, Almighty Girl?
After what, sorry?
After Theo and the Prime Boss, what's next?
I'm gonna be making a super cool, fat drunken dwarf engineer guy who doesn't run around because his legs are too short and he'd be too slow, and so instead he has like a backpack helicopter that's powered by beer, powered by dwarf beer, and he just like flies around on it, and he will, and this is assuming that he makes it into the game. The kind of kit ideas that I have for him that definitely need to be fleshed out by mechanics and by the master devs and stuff is that he will be able to drop a couple of different types of turrets with a maximum number of total turrets that are in play, and his ultimate would be very similar to Howitz's. Like the helicopter backpack would allow him to kind of like fly up in the air and launch incendiaries at the ground.
So did you make an active choice to go away from full Manika's entire arm plates, or was the decision made from the get-go to make this kind of like a to make this kind of thing like a gambeson or Akaten kind of thing with metal plates over the limbs and crucial spots only?
Yeah, so we kind of decided fairly early on that we didn't want to go with like full plate, because full plate would look too much like a full-on fantasy type character. And we already have one of those in development. So like Cronin is very much like your full fantasy themed character, full plate armor and everything. And even like the kind of art direction for him is very fantasy themed, whereas Theo, we wanted to kind of see if we could push like a sci-fi paladin / crusader type aesthetic, which meant going with and also because Theo is intended to be a melee support, although like intended to be and what you actually use it as, bearing in mind the kit and everything, and things subject to change later on. In terms of like visual design choice as well, like if you give someone like this big bulky full plate kind of look, people will expect them to be tanky, and we don't want that to be the thing with Theo. We want people to look at Theo and recognize, like it's all about like visually being able to recognize the type of hero that you're fighting against or that you're playing with,
Just from the terms used in visual, it seemed really similar. Oh, you're saying the visual looks similar to Paragon? Hey, Ger!
What's up?
You think we look similar to Paragon?
Yay! That's cool.
Yay!
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 I'm sorry, Ger. I really appreciate your hard work.
That's cool, man.
Thank
like dude, like it is a lot of work, and like basically once this and the jungle entity are done, I probably won't be taking on like multiple characters at a time anymore. I'm just gonna do the one, and if people get bored on the stream, they get bored on the stream. Like there's nothing I can do about it. You know, this is one of the realities of game development. You know, like you can only do so much, and you know, I can't make everybody happy. But yeah, no, thank you for the support, and thank you for the good wishes and stuff. Itchy, I mean, I don't think there's any reason not to have faith in people that are using the assets that have been built by Epic. Like they're good assets, you know. Like there are valid reasons to use them. They are, you know, extremely well made. They're you know, like the complete kit. So in terms of artwork, there's very little that you have to do to actually get them rolling in the game, which is a great thing. You know, we should probably, one of the reasons that we gave for not using them in our project was that with those things comes a lot of nostalgia on the part of the community and on our part as well. You know, like we all had our favorite heroes in Paragon. The community all have their favorite heroes in Paragon, and so we kind of thought that at some point we were likely to reach this stage where, like, let's say like we built Paragon, like completely just rebuilt Paragon, and let's say like we made it exactly like it was when Paragon shut down. Where do you go from there? You know, like we can add our own new heroes, and that's cool. But then, you know, we have this insane quality bar to match as well. And yes, I know we already have that. We're trying to match the Paragon assets in terms of quality anyway. So it's still an insane bar. But that's one thing to bear in mind. And it's different when, like, we have this quality bar that we've set for ourselves that we want to hit, and all of our assets are next to each other and, you know, looking the way that they look, and people can kind of look at them on the whole and go, oh, they look really good, or they don't look so good, or whatever. But no matter what our assets look like, no matter whether we're able to hit that quality bar or not, if they're stood next to Paragon characters, there's going to be massive comparisons, and that's just like an added pressure that we didn't need. And on top of that as well, like, if we do add a new character, how do we make sure that that character fits in with the vision of Paragon? And then there's the whole issue of balance. You know, like, Paragon did have a lot of balance problems, and that means that we would have to rebalance a lot of the heroes, and then you're going to have, you know, entire portions of the fan base saying, you know, oh, you nerfed this hero, but that was my favorite hero. That's the only reason I'm even playing this bloody game of yours, is because you were remaking Paragon the way that I wanted it, and now that it's not the way that I want it, you know, why should I play it anymore? You know, those kind of arguments, like, we just wanted to avoid those arguments altogether, and that's why we're not using the assets. But just because another project is using the assets doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad project, or that you shouldn't have faith in them, you know? You should kind of like judge a project on its own merits, not because of whether they use the assets, I think. Halvers. No boob jobs. Theo is perfectly happy with Theo's body, and so are we. Wait.
Why are you all up in Theo's junk?
Yeah, why are you all up in Theo's junk, man? Let's see. Any plans for full stance swapping characters? I can't really comment on that because there's no one here from mechanics to confirm it or deny it. So sorry, man. Sorry. That's full anal. A fail anal one wolf. What the hell? What a name. But yeah, no, I can't really comment on whether we have any plans for full stance swapping characters because there's no one from mechanics to, you know, confirm or deny it or let me know whether I'm right or wrong.
Mechanics.
Darkness CS. I'm sure this has been asked before, but are we going to have any full melee characters? Yes. is there anywhere that you can post ideas on heroes? We have a public Discord with like a public master development channel that you can put ideas in. Yeah. And you can find details of the Discord there. Let's see who else.
Please don't
Which
make
is the
characters
first?
with stun abilities. I mean, stuns are kind of important for certain characters, like especially for supports. If you have like a support that literally has no real damage other than like maybe one skill and everything else is utility, having a stun is kind of what makes them more viable.
Yeah, stuns definitely have a place in MOBAs, and they definitely had a place in Paragon. They just weren't handled particularly well. We had this discussion internally, and where my and you need to understand what I'm about to say is absolutely my opinion, like and only my opinion. I'm not going to speak for anyone else. I'm not speaking for like the entirety of Visionary Games or like our goals with the game and with stuns and crowd control in general. But my opinion of it is that when you're playing games like Dota or League, because of the point of view that you have, you are kind of you're almost like a god that's controlling a minion, and you know they get stunned or whatever. But it's like your point of view is so kind of like high up that there's a disconnect between you and the character. When you play games like Paragon, because of the point of view of the game, it's a lot more similar to an MMO or an RPG. In terms of the way it's being played, and in terms of your connection with the character that you're playing as well. You find yourself much more connected to the character. You find it much more frustrating when you can't use your character for extended periods of time, or if you can go from like full health to 0 in the space of time of a single stun, you know, that kind of thing. It's going to be incredibly frustrating, and a lot of that is to do with the way that you are playing and controlling the character in the game. And so like what I put forward to the team, and it's a very much an ongoing discussion at the moment, is we should be looking at crowd control from the point of view of an RPG or an MMO rather than from the point of view of like League or Dota, because the gameplay styles are so drastically different.
As for skins for this character, if you're going with the whole Paladin Crusader thing and it's futuristic, I still hold down on a Paladin using hard light constructs to make their body, armor, swords, maces, shields, see-through. Golden plates are dopes.
Yeah, I agree. We do actually have some cool ideas for future skins for a lot of the characters, but we have so many characters to make before we can go to alpha or beta. You know, at the moment we really have to just concentrate on like one skin per character and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, in future I would love to make stuff like that.
Are you guys going to show abilities in the next state of the game? We'll see.
Shit happens.
Yeah, can't confirm that at all. We have 3 more minutes. Yeah, Itchy. I mean, basically, the rule of thumb to follow is, you basically have like 3 things, right? You have damage, or you have the ability to take damage, or toughness. So like you have damage, you have toughness, and you have utility, right? So those are the 3 things that make up like any ability set, right? The ability to deal damage, the ability to take damage, or the ability to control the battlefield. And you should never have all 3. Basically, like, the stronger you are in one area, the weaker you have to be in the other 2 areas. That's balance 101, right? So yeah, like if you've got a jungler that like deals insane damage, they should absolutely not be able to like take a lot of damage, and they shouldn't be able to control either. Similarly though, if you have a jungler that doesn't deal like a massive amount of burst damage, or their damage isn't like hugely upfront or anything, it would make sense that they would have a slow or a stun or something that would allow them to kind of build up the lower amount of damage over time, you know?
Thanks for the stream, guys.
But yeah,
Thanks for everything.
I think Do you have to design the abilities in the same way as the character? I don't under. Can you elaborate on that question, Alvis?
Oh yeah, turntable? Did we do a turntable yet?
I just did it.
Okay.
Oh, like the Meteor for Gideon? Like, oh, so you mean from the art side of things? I will... If there are any abilities that require, like, actual modelling to be done, then yes, I'll probably have a hand in it in some way. Either that or I'll give it to Joe, because he's a prop artist and it's what he does. Yeah. Speaking of the Meteor for Gideon, I'm actually trying to figure out, like, how to replicate that ability in terms of, like... Because it actually had some really, really neat shit. So it had, like... It was a portal where stuff... You could see stuff inside the portal if you were looking directly at the portal. But if you moved to the side of the portal or behind the portal, you couldn't see those things, right? So it's like they existed in 3D space, but there was something stopping them from being rendered from certain angles. And that's really fucking neat. And so I'm trying to figure out how I can replicate that, not so that we can like remake Gideon's abilities or anything, but so that we can possibly use it for other cool shit. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I am going to end the stream now, and I hope you've all had a great evening. Thank you to all of the subscribers. Thank you to thank you to the new followers. And thank you to all of you for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you on Thursday evening, same time.
Appreciate ya.